Hello my friends, in this video we are going to check out Percussion Essentials X3M by Stress of Sampling. A truly all-round percussion library, anything from cinematic and orchestral percussion to also more focused and clear high-range percussion you can do with this library. So let's check it out right now. Alright, so let's start by listening to this short example I created to demonstrate Percussion Essentials X3M in action. It sounds like this. Okay, so pretty cool, right? So let's dive in and see the interface here, what I'm using. So let's see, we have it here. It's divided into these 4 presets in Contact: cymbals, gongs, and impacts, ensembles, small, and misc and solos. So the first one here is ensembles, and the engine works the way as all Stress of Sampling's X3M libraries, which is really cool because you can actually load up zones, as you can see here. So if I play here, I can actually load up another zone and make a huge patch where I have all the percussion inside one track if I want to. So as you can see, I've loaded up low ensembles, the Brute. You can change this out. Let's try another one, Juggernaut. And you can see lots of round robins, 9 here in this preset. So even with repetitive parts, it will still have variation and not sound mechanical. Low tom ensemble. Midi tom ensemble. Let's try the King Kong shout. Okay. And let's just check the interface here. So you have the close microphones, Deca and Hall. You can, let's say we solo the close. Let's do the Juggernaut. That's the Deca. And the solo, the Hall. And of course you can mix them with this here. And decrease or increase the stereo width of each of these microphone positions. Then you have an EQ, transient shaper, some saturation, wave shaper, pitch, tuning. And here you have the zones you can control, as you can hear. I think this is the overall. Let's see, you can clear. Now we don't have a zone loaded. So these are the low ensembles, but as you can see, we have a lot of other ensembles as well. Let's see, we take the Chupin's ensemble. This is why it's called the Percussion Essentials. It includes basically everything you need for those cinematic orchestral percussion parts, as well as some other instruments that's not usually, like djembe is not part of usual orchestral percussion. So if we take a look at the small percussion then, so because the first one here is the ensembles patch, while the small is this other preset in Contact, and now you get access to various types of shakers, clicky sounds, claves, guiro, castagnettes, all this high range And again, you can always go in and scalp the tone and sound with the room mix here and reverb, transient shaping, even pitching. Transient shaping. Make it more pronounced with the attack, for example. Reduce the lows and mids. Pitched up. Let's clear it. Try another one. Yeah, so you can also do this, do lots of changes, then discard them, so it goes back to the default setting here. And you can see this one has 15 round robins, so it's really, really dynamic, this percussion library. So you get various orchestral high, small percussion, shakers, some clocks and clacks, and this is really cool, like medium clock. So you get, from the ensembles, you get the bigger sound. From the small, you get these shimmery sounds, small. And then go to solo, which is the next one here, preset. And here you get solo, for example, taiko, which of course is more pronounced and focused due to it being one single drum or percussion instrument. Let's try the djembe. Let's increase the close mics and decrease the whole mics. Deca. Let's increase the decrease the lows. Let's transient shape here. Some more attack, less sustain. And discard, and it goes back. So you have djembes of from the smallest ones, side hits, brush, going up to the biggest 14-inch djembe. And with the various mallets, and here's a brush hit, brush side. As you can see, so much variation in this library. Shimmedaikos, orchestral solo instruments, Grakasa, bass drum 36-inch. Okay, so let's go to the next one, which is this impacts here, and it's the next patch, cymbals, gongs, and impacts. So here you get lots of different cymbals, both piatti, which is when you have cymbals in your hands and smash them together, muted, where you hold them together after you smash them, so you get this short accent type of sound. So this rings out a bit, and you hear this becomes more muted. Let's see, I don't think they have a more, I would like to have even more muted sound, but of course you can transient shape here. Make it the release even shorter. Gongs, tam-tams, really good for marking a beginning beat, for example. Cymbal crescendos, synced to the beat. Really, really good for transitions, these cymbals, crescendos. So you get all kinds of cymbals here. Ride bell. Then you have some small metals like triangle, anvil, cowbell, mini gong, coin, and then some, because these were in the impacts preset, you get some epic metals and impacts. Lightning, urukai, really metallic sounding, the blacksmith. And if you layer these with some boom impacts or explosions, you can get a huge sound. Okay, so you get 4 different presets that take care of everything. The ensembles again here are really the bread and butter of that orchestral sound, and then you can use the other ones for cymbal and impact sounds, the small and solos for more focused sound. But if you check here, you have different zones. So this is just the first zone. Now let me show you this finally here. So you can click this next zone, zone 2, and you can see it's just to the right of the first one, and then load another one. Let's do a high ensemble here. And now you just go up the key to play that. Now I can play, if I go down the keys, this lower ensembles with this. Let's load another one on the third zone. Let's do some taikos here, mids. And you can then go in and set, let's say, the transient shaper here. But if you see here, it has a different setting for each. So let's say you can lower this one, think it's too much reverb, make it more close. Reduce the stereo width on the close mics, reduce the mic on the deck and hole. Sorry about that. This is the overall. This is on the entire instrument. If you want to do that, let's go back. If you want to do that on just this instrument here, you have to use these settings. So like this. Now that's more. Then the next one, let's say you want to increase. Let's reduce the close mics here instead. Here you get more ambient sound. And you can have different settings for each of these. And then finally you can create your performance. And the neat thing is, since these zones are mapped the same way, meaning the same keys here for zone 1, 2, 3, and so on, you can actually copy and paste to different presets. So you can take this performance here and copy paste it to here, and have different sounds from using another one of these presets, and it will play those zones the same with different instruments depending on what you loaded in these zones. So that is Percussion X3M Essentials. Truly a great cinematic all-round percussion library with both traditional orchestral sounds plus some extra sounds like djembes, shakers, and other types of high-range percussive sounds, and solo drums as well, to get both the deep sounds as well as the more focused and more clarity type percussion sounds. So I will leave a link in the description so you can check it out, and I will see you in the next video, my friends.